Moving forward to Trupti. So I wanted to start with a question that is very simple. Like, you are not in India, you are in US, and you have seen people here and there also. So what do you think? What is the difference between the ideologies, how the people they take designs, or how they use all these human interface things? So what have you found? Have you found ever any difference between the approach of people in India or abroad?
Kudos to India. When I moved from India to Canada, I thought the design industry is very mature over here. But I realized that the startup industry is far more advanced in India. And the way it is progressing, and we are producing. So, Swiggy is a unicorn, and India has produced a unicorn. And Canada hasn't, I think, apart from which one this so producing unicorn is not an easy task, and India has the capability not only in terms of the startup culture but also so much of passion, and there's entrepreneurship. So it's on a far better level. Even how things like here there is no Swiggy, and I miss Swiggy a lot. So that is one thing I want to tell Saptarshi, that I personally was a huge fan of Swiggy, and I miss Swiggy here. There is Uber Eats here and a DoorDash company here, but the statistics of how these companies work along with the users is completely different. When the Amazon drops out a parcel over here, there's a huge problem that they just drop off the parcel on the door. There is no communication with the user. They do not even let the user know that, okay, your package is delivered. Please pick it out from the door. Sometimes it goes missing. You don't know when it's getting delivered. So I think the startup culture in India is far more advanced, and it's growing at a much more faster pace. Um, so, about design maturity, and the value of design is way higher over here. People pay you more because they know the importance of the design process. What I did realize is there's a lot of focus on accessibility, design systems, and the core design process in itself. So I am part of a very young startup. It's just two founders right now and one engineering and me. So it's just four people in the team, and we are brainstorming the idea. And we're just going to the funding round maybe in a month or two. So it's a pretty interesting phase, that how they think, and also the work-life balance is very, very important to them. So if there is a hard deadline that people work from 9 to 6, okay, then you won't get any calls after 6. It's over. Like, you are not expected to work after 6, or not even. There is a boundary, and everyone's respected for that. So the engineering person, he has a young baby, so he has given a hard deadline of 8 to 4. He works in that time, and he dedicates his time after that to take care of his baby. So what I really like about India is it's fast paced, and obviously because of the population, if you are not working, someone else is going to work for you. And the scarcity of you losing your job, you put in those extra hours. Here, you don't feel like that you are valued for your job, and you are irreplaceable to them. And that is why one of the reasons I wanted to move abroad is the work life balance. I don't want to work for the rest of my life giving 24 hours each day. I will go like a 5 year sprint giving everything, but I want to focus on the family also. Like, if I get married and I have kids, like being a woman, you have a lot of responsibility on the plate later on also. So these are a lot of things that I discovered. Different countries. I've been in Europe. I've been in the West now, and I've been part of the Asian culture also. So it's three different cultures, and for my personal favorite is still Europe. I would definitely go back in a breath to Europe. Uh, but yeah.
Okay, so like you said, first of all the very best for your startup. And like you said that you don't work for the hard deadlines. While we have seen in India, we always work on the deadlines. If we have a deadline, then it does not matter to us whether a shift is over or not. So this is a slight difference in the work life balance culture. But like, now since you are in a startup, so while client has some of the requirements, but you have some of your ideas. So how do you think you people are balancing it? Because the client is not, maybe he's not from a design background, so he might not know much of the things. But I just wanted to know how you people are balancing all these things.
Specifically, the team I've joined, they're actually designers themselves and they started their own company. So I did not face that issue that there was a lack in design understanding or design maturity with them. In the terms, if you're generally speaking, if a client or a person you're talking to does not know about design, then you actually educate them about design, like why is it required. So currently I came across a new app and I thought that if you use that in the work in our design process, our process would be way stronger. So for me to even pitch that this is required in the workflow, I need to tell, okay, we are having a lot of issues right now. Why don't we use this? So maybe you talk to the person in terms of, okay, hi, you are having this problem. It's just like being a doctor. So I think designers are not as great as doctors, but I think we are a form of digital doctors because we treat products and we treat so for example, if you have a problem ordering food, Swiggy solve that problem, and we are digital doctors. We might not save millions of people, but we are still impacting millions of people. So I do feel like that, and you need to understand the problem which someone's having in the front. You talk to them, okay, this is your problem. So why I have a solution for you, and why don't we go test it out and see if that is working or not. So yeah.
Okay, so my question to all the speakers, it's a general question, any one of you can answer it. So, for an example, we being the lame users, we don't know how to place even a simple box. While you people are designing, and you have to creatively see whether it's 360-degree, it's fine or not. So, how do you think these small elements change the design perspective, or the whole design, or the layout, and ultimately the user experience?
uh, could you like put a little more context into it, like what kind, like if you could
Okay, so
rephrase a bit.
yeah. So in simple terms, if we see, we use so many apps these days. So just a scroll button or just a back and next button. So how these things, the placement of these things work for user experience. Like if you are placing it on the bottom of the mobile phone, if it is an app for mobile phone, if you put it on bottom or if you put it on top, so how much difference will it make?
It makes a huge difference. Even small change can ruin the entire business model. And I think Jared Poole, maybe I'm not pronouncing it well, but he created 300 million button where he just switched a copy of one button and his sales went up to 300 million. It's not even like a change of drastic 1000 or so, but a small difference in even a copy could make a huge difference. And I feel all of these, whether you're changing a button or whether you're changing copy is still not, like, I think people are still not focusing on copy a lot, but it's still very powerful. UX writing is just coming up. It's not something that people were focusing on. Yeah, but I like to hear the other people on the panel too.
So there is a question from the audience. So they want to know how much is this social validation thing important for a design, or the social acceptance of a design by the people.
Anyone wants to take it?
So
Was
it's
it
like even universities. There are a couple of universities that are already. So I'm going to talk in a little bit of using a metaphor. There might be top 10 colleges in India, and you pick the top one because so many people have already talked about it, and there is a validation of that. If you go to that college, you will come those great results, you will be a part of great company. So that's a mindset that's already been done, and that is one form of social validation. There's also another form of social validation that goes in all Indian families. Like if your neighbor's son is doing way better than you are, that becomes your social validation next to your house itself. If someone is doing better than you, uh, if there are any certain numbers that prove it, and that is a social validation, and whether you are doing on any platform or whether you're showcasing how your product did, so I think these are one form of metric for the other, and it plays with your mind uh, that okay, this is the benchmark, and others are doing, and how well do you need to do with it.
so? My question is like, what do you think can be, the improvements in the designing field where all these new upcoming designers, wherever they are learning or something, so where can they improve themselves?
I think one thing I've faced a lot of young designers face is that because of the content that has already been produced and the level of design that has already been benchmarked, they feel overwhelmed entering itself. Barrier to entry is raised a lot, and the quality of work which every portfolio requires is super high. I just want to tell all of the people that it's okay, just start at your own pace. And regarding a lot of the things that you need to consider is um, like Abhinav, he's very passionate about his causes, and I think we had a discussion about I don't want to what is it what a little bit on Instagram growth and how do I channel myself. So basically, if you're passionate about a certain topic, you can build a product all by yourself, and you can actually bring that change you want to do. Like for example, now Swiggy changed the food market in India, so that was a vision that they had, and there is one product that has been developing and changing the market space. So, as a designer, if you want to focus on one problem and get the product and change the marketplace in that particular industry, you can even do that rather than focusing on all the things. I think a lot of people need to just align themselves better. Like, for example, if you like, my dream was to work in Disney, but I ended up working as a product designer. But because I'm passionate about building something that I want to touch a million of people, uh, and that is my cause and my belief. So I think you need to. You might not know what you want in the start, but as you are into the grill and you are getting grilled with different work experiences, you will come to know eventually what you truly like and what you want to build as a designer. Just it's a little patience game, so keep at it. Yeah.